Well, hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am so happy you stopped by. So today I'm going to show you one of my favorite things about summer, even though it's almost the end of summer and I should have made this video earlier, like last month, but I just never got around to it. I want to show you guys how to make fried green tomatoes the way my grandmothers made them, and they both made them almost exactly the same way, but one of them kind of cooked theirs a little higher temperature, whereas my other grandma, Irene, she made hers kind of low and slow, and it gave the chance of the tomatoes inside to get a little more cooked, which kind of brought out their sweet flavor, which I prefer that method, and that is the way I'm gonna show you how to make them today. And luckily I went to our produce stand down the street and they still had green tomatoes, which I was so happy because I've been getting them all summer and I wasn't sure if they still had any, but they did. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you exactly how I make these in case you've always wondered how to do it. So stay tuned. Now to get started, I'm using 3 medium-sized green tomatoes and I'm cutting them in slices. Now this is sort of like Goldilocks. You can't have them too thin or too thick. They have to be just right. Now see this first one? That one's too thin. And now this one I'm holding up, it's too thick. Now it would be okay, but the optimal size and thickness is this one, about 1/4 inch thick. This way they're gonna cook nice and even and the inside's gonna get done. Now in a bowl, I have 2 large eggs and I'm putting in about 1/4 teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon of Lawry's seasoned salt because that's what my grandma always used. And you are just gonna take a fork, break up the yolks and give them a nice whisk until they're nice and mixed together. Now I have some flour here. I don't know how much, 1.5 cups. Again, you're gonna add some more of the Lawry's salt because you wanna flavor each ingredient because it's so simple. Now you take your slices of tomato and you dredge it in the flour and make sure it's all coated nicely. And you have to dip it into the egg and make sure, again, it's all coated because if there's any flour pieces sticking out, the second coat of the flour is not gonna stick. Now I know this is just so easy, flour, egg, flour, but you really have to make sure that you do it right or it's not gonna come out. And I know some people take a shortcut by just dipping it in the egg and then the flour, but then your batter is gonna fall completely off. Now look, I'm at towards the end and look how messy it is. I'm not lying, it's a messy process. Look at my fingers, but oh, is it going to be worth it? Now I have a large skillet with about 1/2 inch of oil. Now I put a wooden spoon handle in there and if it bubbles around it, that means it's ready to go. And we're gonna put our slices into the hot oil. And we are gonna cook these on a medium heat, not a high heat. You want them to, but lightly bubble like this. Now see, I'm trying to show you medium heat there. And after about 5 minutes, you will flip them over and they will get a really nice golden brown. Now I like to kind of move them around as they're cooking because your stove will have some hot spots. Now see how nice and golden brown that one is? And here they all are, just happily floating in that oil. And then once they're done, all we're going to do is put them on some paper towels to drain and sprinkle some more salt on top. Now stay tuned because I'm gonna give you a review. All right, you guys, let's give these a try. I mean, just look at these beautiful green tomatoes. Oh, okay. Every time I have a fried green tomato, it transports me right back to my grandma's kitchen. Just the taste. It's a little bit tart, but it's also sweet because we cooked them on a relatively low heat so they had time to get nice and soft inside, but really crispy, crunchy on the outside. And you just sprinkle it with the salt. It has just the best flavor. Now, I've seen a lot of different recipes for fried green tomatoes. Some use cornmeal with the flour. Some use all cornmeal. I've had them in restaurants. They all taste different, but this is my favorite way to make them. And I think you guys will absolutely love them if you give them a try. Let me know if you do. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you on the next episode. Bye, everybody.